You love your dog. That's never been the problem. The problem is that some of the things destroying your bond with your dog don't feel harmful at all while you're doing them. In fact, many of them feel normal, responsible, even loving. But from your dog's perspective, these behaviors slowly chip away at trust, emotional safety, and the attachment system that holds your relationship together. And here's the dangerous part. Dogs rarely announce when the bond is breaking. They adapt silently first. Welcome to Pawsmind. If you're new here, hit subscribe right now because this is exactly the kind of thing we talk about every single week. Today we're breaking down 6 mistakes that quietly destroy your relationship with your dog. According to canine behavioral science, attachment psychology, and the survival instincts dogs still carry beneath domestication. Some of these mistakes are so common that millions of loving owners make them every single day without realizing the emotional consequences. And stay with me, because number 1 is the mistake that creates fear in dogs faster than almost anything else. 1. Punishing your dog for being afraid. This is where trust starts dying. Your dog hears thunder. They panic, they bark, shake, hide, and instead of safety, they get frustration. Stop it. Calm down. Bad dog. But fear is not disobedience. Fear is a nervous system state. And when dogs are punished during moments of vulnerability, the brain learns something terrifying. My human becomes unsafe when I need them most. That lesson cuts deep. Research on stress conditioning shows that fear paired with punishment increases anxiety instead of resolving it. The dog doesn't become calmer, they become less emotionally honest. And eventually, many dogs stop expressing fear outwardly altogether. Owners think, good, they're getting better. No. Often the dog has simply learned suffering quietly is safer than asking for help. Try this instead. Lower stimulation. Stay calm. Become predictable. Let your presence reduce fear instead of adding to it. Because your dog will remember how you responded during their most vulnerable moments long after the event itself is gone. And the next mistake is something humans confuse with affection constantly. 2. Forcing affection. Your dog doesn't want humans crave physical affection when we love someone. Dogs value consent far more than people realize. The problem? Most owners only recognize aggression as discomfort, but dogs whisper boundaries long before they ever growl. Turning away, lip-licking, yawning, body stiffness, avoiding eye contact. Those are not random behaviors. They're polite requests for space. And every time humans ignore those signals, forcing hugs, restraint, kisses, or constant touching, trust weakens a little more. Because affection without choice stops feeling safe. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Many dogs tolerate physical affection rather than enjoy it, especially face-to-face pressure and tight embraces. You think, my dog lets me do it. But tolerance is not trust. True trust means the dog chooses proximity voluntarily. And when dogs finally start avoiding touch altogether, owners get confused. The withdrawal didn't happen suddenly. It was built slowly through hundreds of ignored moments. But what destroys bonds even faster than unwanted affection is emotional inconsistency. And that's where most owners accidentally create chronic stress. 3. Being emotionally unpredictable. Dogs study human behavior constantly. Tone shifts, movement patterns, energy changes, facial tension. Your dog knows your emotional rhythms better than most humans do, which means unpredictable emotional explosions feel deeply unsafe to them. One day you laugh at a behavior. The next day you scream about it. One moment you're affectionate. The next moment you're overwhelmed and pushing the dog away aggressively. Humans call this stress. Dogs experience it as instability. And unstable environments force the nervous system into constant monitoring mode. Watch dogs living in emotionally chaotic homes. They sleep lighter, startle easier, watch human movement obsessively, struggle to fully relax, not because they're dramatic. Because survival brains adapt to unpredictability, the strongest dog-human bonds are built on emotional consistency, not perfection. Consistency. Your dog should not have to guess which version of you is walking through the door today. And what many owners do next completely destroys communication itself. 4. Ignoring your dog's subtle communication. Dogs communicate all day long. The problem is humans wait until the communication becomes inconvenient before paying attention. A dog yawns repeatedly, turns away, freezes slightly, licks their lips. Owners ignore it. Then one day the dog growls. Suddenly everyone panics. But the growl wasn't the first message. It was the last polite one left. Here's what happens neurologically when communication gets ignored repeatedly. The dog learns subtle signals don't work, so behavior escalates. Or worse, communication disappears completely. And emotionally shut down dogs are often praised by humans. So calm, so quiet, so well behaved. Meanwhile, the dog underneath may simply have stopped believing anyone listens. That damages attachment profoundly, because healthy relationships depend on communication changing outcomes. The moment your dog feels unheard consistently, emotional distance begins growing silently, and the next mistake destroys trust in an even more painful way, because it teaches your dog that you won't protect them. 5. Forcing your dog into overwhelming situations. This mistake hides behind good intentions. He needs to socialize. She just needs exposure. They'll get over it. So owners force fearful dogs towards strangers, loud environments, chaotic dog parks, or stressful interactions. But flooding the nervous system with fear does not create confidence. It creates survival mode. And when escape isn't possible, dogs stop looking at the scary thing as the only danger. They start associating you with the danger too. That's the part people miss. If your dog repeatedly looks to you for safety and you force them closer to what terrifies them, trust fractures. Because from their perspective, their protector just delivered them directly into distress. Try this instead. Create distance. Reward curiosity. Let confidence develop gradually. Trust grows when your dog believes, my human notices when I'm overwhelmed. And the final mistake is the one that slowly empties the relationship itself. 6. Treating your dog like a responsibility instead of a relationship. Food, water, walk, repeat. Physically, the dog is cared for. Emotionally, disconnected. Dogs are profoundly social animals. They do not just need survival resources. They need interaction, engagement, emotional presence, and shared experiences. And here's the heartbreaking reality. Many dogs spend years living beside humans without truly feeling connected to them. No decompression walks, no calm bonding time, no communication, no emotional attunement, just management. Over time, the relationship becomes functional instead of relational. Your dog stops checking in emotionally, stops initiating interaction as often, stops seeking connection, not because they don't care, because the bond stopped being nurtured. And this is where many owners realize too late that love is not something dogs automatically feel forever without maintenance. Relationships require participation, even with animals, especially with animals. Here's the truth. Your dog is not asking you to be perfect. They're asking you to feel safe to exist around. That's what trust really is in the canine world. Not dominance, not obedience, not control. Safety. The beautiful part is this. Dogs are incredibly forgiving. When humans become calmer, more predictable, more respectful, dogs often rebuild trust faster than we deserve. Small changes matter. A softer tone, more patience, listening sooner, protecting instead of pressuring. That's how bonds heal. Which mistake do you think most owners make without realizing it? Tell me in the comments because I read every single one. And if this video changed the way you understand your relationship with your dog, subscribe to Pawsmind and share this with another dog owner who needs to hear it.